Hello my friend, this is Amner Hunter from amnerhunter.com. Happy to spend some time with you on this video. This time around I am gonna check out a mix package by the company IK Multimedia that it's available for free. I am talking about 8 plugins that are included in the MIXBOX custom shopped version, meaning the free version. This all-in-one tool, this mix rack, will help you mix a song, and in this video I want to test these plugins. Also I want to explain the features of each one of them and also of the whole mix rack and full signal chain that you can build. This is part number 1 of a 2-part video series where I am gonna be mixing a song using these plugins. As usual, all of the applicable and downloadable links are going to be down below in the description and first comment. And don't forget to check out the timestamps as well in case you want to move around between the mini segments of the video. Before we begin, I'd like to invite you to my website, amnerhunter.com, where I have some freebies for you. You can get some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players, such as the guide on how to make more music in 30 to 60 minutes a day, also the 8-step mixing checklist using only free plugins, and the #1 rule and law of home recording studios. Additionally, I have some free tools such as a huge collection of guitar impulses, a drum sample pack for rock and metal sound, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out the blog and this channel, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free content. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Let's take a look here at MIXBOX features. First up here, you have the modules. You can add different plugins of this bundle of 8 plugins. You can build your own effects rack or effects chain with this. You can choose amplifiers, channel strip, delays, distortion, dynamics, etc. You can choose here 4 effects. If you want to make it bigger, you can do this with this button. You can load up to 8 plugins, the 8 that are included in this package actually. You have here an input meter and output meter. You have also a control to increase the input or decrease it, and as well for the output. This very cool functionality for each plugin. If you enable it, you can set this dry wet functionality on each of the different plugins, and also you have a fader for each of the plugins. You can solo it. You can also gain stage the plugin. You have here also very cool presets to choose from for all of the different instruments that you might think of, and you can choose also different presets for the plugins. Down here in this part, you can choose different presets for each individual plugin. You have an undo and redo option. Let's start here with the first plugin on this bundle. You have the Flexi amplifier here. It's based on a Marshall Plexi. It includes clean, crunch, lead, and bass. You have the usual controls in a guitar amplifier. You have also a cabinet section that you can disable to use your own impulse responses, or you can use 1x12, 2x12, 4x12, or 1x15. I'm not gonna use this amplifier simulator in this video since the guitars that I am gonna be mixing have been already processed with an amplifier. I actually released a video more in detail about this amp simulator. In case you want to check it out, I'm gonna leave the link around here. The next plugin on this list, it's the channel strip. By default, you are adding a little bit of air here, 2.9 decibels, so I'm gonna leave it here. And also you're adding by default 2.8 decibels on the low shelf area here, so be careful with this. And also by default it's compressing a little bit. Includes a compressor first in the signal chain, then the equalizer, a very simple compressor, 2 knobs. This is the compression or the input. You have the gain reduction meter here and the gain compensation. This is the main plugin that I'm gonna be using to equalize and compress the different elements of the mix. You have here the sub frequencies. You have here the low shelf, boost and cut. You have here the mid frequency area from 220 Hz all the way up to 14.1 kHz. You have the high shelf and the air frequency. Next plugin on the list, it's this very cool digital delay with different modes, left and right, so the repetitions are gonna be bouncing left and right, left, center, and right. This doubler and also the delays are gonna be in mono. You can choose here the different delay times, or you can also sync it to your DAW's tempo. You can choose also in milliseconds, right? Then you have the feedback, a filter for the high end, the dry wet functionality, very useful.
I only got a couple lines, considering how much I want to say. I only got a couple lines, considering how much I want to say. I only got a couple lines, considering how much I want to say. I only got a I only got a couple lines, considering how I only got a couple lines, considering how much I only got a couple I only got a couple lines, considering how much I want to say.
Then we have a distortion that I think it's based on a Boss distortion pedal. You have a gain control and the different types of distortions, right? Clip 1, clip 2, rectifier, distortion 1, and distortion 2. Here on the dynamics section, we have a limiter that's based on an analog piece of gear. With this drive, you're gonna be feeding the limiter with the signal. You can overload it with this. This is a form of a more aggressive type of compression till the point of limiting. You have the release control. You have the meter. You have a filter phaser here. You can use more overdrive with different stages, 4 stages of overdrive. You can add feedback as well and depth of the phasing. In the modulation section, you have this very cool chorus to add depth and also to spread the signal and to make it more open in the stereo spectrum. The rate of the chorus, dry wet functionality, and you can also sync it to your DAW's tempo.
I only got a couple lines, considering how much I want to say. I should probably decide. I got several volumes stored away on this subject and related. I only got a couple lines, considering how much I want to say. I only got a couple lines, considering how much I want to say.
Here you have a reverb, digital reverb with a large and medium size of the room, the time in milliseconds, the density, coloration, which is a filter, and a mix control. These are the 8 plugins included, right? You can change the order of the plugins, very simple, just dragging the plugin. The signal chain follows this path from left to right. That's how the signal is being processed. Like I mentioned, you have the faders here to control the volume of each plugin feeding into the next one. Please let me know down below in the comment section, my friends, what are your thoughts on this full mixing package by the company IK Multimedia. Of course, it's a stripped version of the full MIXBOX, but I think you can mix a song with this package. Let me know your comments and stick around for part 2 of this video series where I am gonna be mixing a song using all of these plugins. Before I let you go, I would like to invite you to my website one last time, where you can get some additional freebies, some free PDF guides and ebooks for music producers and guitar players. Also some free tools such as a huge collection of guitar impulses, a drum sample pack for rock and metal sound, among other utilities. And finally, don't forget to check out the blog and this channel, which I'm updating weekly with tons of free content. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it very much. I will see you very soon in the next one. All right? Take care.